just start the recording. Okay. So I just told about the virtual IP. That means simple is that there are virtual IP going to hit the particular 10.33.120.10 IP behind the primary, going to authenticate about this server. This server going to subscribe, going to authenticate the endpoint. Okay. This endpoint going, this subscribe goes down, so their packet going to within the 10 second subscriber to taken care of all the authentication requests. Okay. But nowadays the virtual IP, instead of virtual IP, going to use of the Wi-Fi load balancer for traffic distribution. Okay. For traffic distribution, going to configure the virtual IP Wi-Fi load balancer. It's clear? Hello? Okay. No doubts? Okay, fine. I'm not recording this previous sessions, so just I'm again just repeat this word because I just recorded this, because every time I recorded, but now I now recorded this session. One member is missing. Okay, I think Abid or what, I just know. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat again. The cluster form is the number of minimum clusters. They have form the cluster from the minimum requirement server is a 2 and maximum 30 number of server, not more than that. Is the maximum capacity of the cluster is only 30 number of servers. Servers means this is the publisher, is the role of this role of the is the role of the that particular role we define the publisher. If the all is the subscriber only, we can define the role in the inside or inside server. This is the role of the server. Okay, but all the only the subscriber. When the every time going to up the servers, going to that is a by default that role is publisher. If you build the server, new server, every server going to build as a publisher, okay. After that we can publisher, then make a subscriber. Okay, so just okay, publisher, there are going to DC and DR type of architecture. So the publisher primary publisher has been failed to automatically taken care of, the secondary publisher take care of the all the configuration and modification of the handled by the secondary publisher. Okay, by DR. Okay, both the publisher are down, so that take care of the, if the server are down, so do not go into any impact from the endpoint authentication. So authentication by already taken care of the subscriber, because publisher not going to take care of any authentication request at any type of authentication request. But it condition is small setup, 200 or 300 users, they are going to authentication request handled by the publisher also. And but is the number of big scenario like 50,000 number of users is not going to best practice to configure the publisher also authentication request, because if they going to publisher going to handle the authentic request, so that means going to this user and the all the memory users and all the traffic going to hitting to this to configuration modification not going to change, the your configuration part also impactable. So as per best practice, not going to configure the publisher is the handle the authentication request. Okay, subscriber handle the any type of authentication, web authentications and the Redis authentication, Takas authentication, types of all the authentication required handled by the subscribe only. Okay, that's it for this only. I just repeated that word. So virtual IP setting is just explain about the virtual IP setting. Virtual IP, that means the traffic distribution from multiple number of subscriber. You have the number of, they have the number of 6 subscriber. We can to configure the 3 virtual IP. One virtual IP behind the 2 servers. One virtual IP behind the 2 server binder servers, and there are 3 virtual IP configured from your switch. I will show you in the switch how to do this. You can able to see my screen, I think. Hello. Okay. Once, yes, yes, tell me. Okay. This is a Redis server. You can able to see this server. This here the my management IP. So when you configure the number of 6 server. I am talking about the number of 6 server, like the see one's example 1 2 3 4 server. So there are two virtual IP. There are two virtual IP. Okay, this is one virtual IP, VIP 1, and the IP is 10.33.128.10. the virtual IP is to 10.33.44.10. okay, this is two IP. So bind this IP for the two server. This is for this virtual IP. There are two servers, two subscriber. This IP for two subscriber. Okay, so I am going to configure from the switch only. There are two server IP, not four. We are not going to configure the subscriber number of 4 server IPs. Going to configure the only two virtual IP from the authentication. So sending any endpoint going to try to authenticate only hit this virtual IP, not for the subscriber, directly to subscriber IP. Okay. Okay, it's clear.
What is this command tells us? The client
Which
configure this.
command is a template? You want a template? So run one second. Which client?
Just above config. Just go up.
Okay.
Triple D configuration. Yeah, this line.
This is a template. This I have the template. I'll share the template. Go use for only template for only change the IP address and the preset key. That's it. Your secret key we can change. Everything template has been same. Not change the configuration part. Everything is same. Only change the server IP and the preset key, secret share key. Okay, this one. Template should be both the switches are same. Not going to change. It's a best practice. I have the template. I will share the template. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, this is clear about the publisher, subscriber. Okay, everything's clear. So I am just explain about the flavor about the platform C1000, C2000, C3000. One sec.
There is a question on the chat as well. Where do you place the FI load balancer in this setup?
1 second. Okay. FI load balance going to configure. So the traffic distribution about the instead of I'll show you. I just explain about the load balancing topic. 1 second. So this is our clear pass. Okay, now this is your load balancer F5. I just explained. Okay, you have the number of subscriber. Sorry, this is for your clear pass. This is your clear pass, number of subscriber 4. Okay, this is your clusters. Sorry, this form is cluster. Okay, this is a F5 load balancer. LTM. Okay, so this already is a part of this. All the architecture is a part of your network part. Okay, so this is for this subscriber. This subscriber going to hitting to the your LTM IP. Example, you will already LTM IP going to configure this whatever they define. So they all the server behind this IP. All the server behind this IP. Okay. They are going to like virtual IP. Them same going to configure the FI load balancer also going to configure this two IP or one IP. Okay, there are two IP or one IP going to configure the two server over here. This virtual IP for FI load balancer, and this two server going to bind to this IP from load balancer. This is for load balancer. Okay, this IP is maybe different. 192.168.10.10. Okay, this
This is like you are
Yes.
bus two subscribers.
Yeah. Yes. So they are going to bind by for two server or four server. As per the FI load balance engineer going to select whatever their choice. They are going to bind the four server to the one virtual IP. Okay, that is possible also. If you divide by two server also bind the virtual IP, so it's not possible. So this is for the virtual IP. Instead of you going to configure the FI load balancer. Okay, this is the load balancer traffic. It's clear.
So this IP is the
Please,
VIP IP.
bro, please can you mute yourself? I think you're hello from. Please mute yourself. Somebody can very noise. Hi, oh. Please mute yourself, bro. Hello, huh? Can okay? Suresh, tell me. Arey, mute yourself, bro.
Okay.
Yes,
So there will be a VIP in FI, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Then other.
Please mute yourself. Okay. Yes, yes. Tell me.
So there will be a IP for IP in FI load balancer that
Hmm.
is acting as a VIP, right?
Correct.
Then what is the other IP like in terms of clear path? There will be another VIP, right?
No, no, no. If see,
Ah,
listen, listen. When going to configure the instead of VIP from load balancer, don't use the VIP setting. You directly server going to bind to this FI load balancer VIP, not going to bind the clear pass VIP. Don't use on that time. That VIP only for the Aruba clear pass the traffic distribution, not for the FI load balancer. If you use the load balancer, that time you directly the server going to merge to the FI load balancer VIP. It's clear or not? I show you 1 second. Already one lab is there now. It's clear. See 1 second. I told you this is for virtual. This is for my. I just explained about the virtual IP setting from the Aruba Clear Pass. When going to use the Aruba Clear Pass VIP, that time use the virtual IP for individual for my that virtual IP in my configure the Aruba Clear Pass. Okay, but use of the Aruba Clear Pass VIP that time. If you use the file load balance advertise your network, so that time don't use the this virtual IP from the traffic distribution part. That direct is subscriber to bind to the direct FI load balance VIP. Are you clear, Suresh? Hello, hello. Your voice is not coming. Hello, hello, hello. My voice is audible. Hello, hello. Voice is audible. Yes, 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 yes. Not speaking some. Yes, yes.
you are muted actually. Yes, we cannot hear.
No, I'm not mute.
Sabir?
No, 1 second. No, yes, yes, I'm mute. Sorry, sorry, sorry. My mistake. I think I'm mute. Well, somebody is waiting for my 1 second. I think. Okay, okay. Abhi the latest joining. Okay, fine. Sorry. I'm sorry. Mute, mute. I'm my mistake. Okay, it's my. Okay. So just I explain about it once again. So when you advertise, I'm just again explain about the what is the architecture. This is for virtual IP Aruba Clear Pass. This is virtual IP from Aruba Clear Pass. When going to configure the Aruba Clear Pass, use of the traffic distribution for virtual IP setting. That time use of the virtual IP from configure to my Aruba Clear Pass. Okay. But when you advertise the FI load balance in your networks, okay, that time don't use the virtual IP from your Aruba Clear Pass. That all subscribe going to bind to all subscriber bind to the your directly FI load balance virtual IP.
Okay, okay.
That time don't use the virtual IP for Aruba Clear Pass. Aruba Clear Pass virtual IP only for the traffic distributor without the FI load balancer. Okay, but when you advertise the FI load balancer, that time directly all subscriber going to bind to FI load balancer virtual IP.
Okay, okay. Got it, got it.
Clear, na? No me doubt because his future requirement should be clear on that point. Don't be confused. Okay, okay, all okay, fine. So that one is also publisher is clear. Uh, C1000, C2000, C3000. This is for the, I just explain about this flavor because this is very important. 1 second. One second, bro. 1 second. Okay. My okay, sorry. So publisher should be clear, subscriber also clear, and that virtual IP setting is also clear. All members should be clear. Don't any confusion about the technology. Okay, it should be, this is basic. This is basic should be clear. What is the publisher? What is subscriber? What is virtual IP setting? Okay, and how many clusters going to form in the one. If you are the some large number of 60 servers, so how many clusters should be formed? Can you give me the answer? If you have the 60 number of servers in your networks, so how many clusters to form? Give me answer. Anybody?
2 cluster.
Yes, very good. Because 2 cluster. Why 2? Because the maximum capacity of the one cluster is 30 only. Correct? Okay, it's possible. Again, going to ask this some one query about a simple answer. In the publisher, in the small setup, going to handle the authentication request or not? In the publisher, in the small setup, only small setup and 200 number of users in my networks. So I am, if it possible, is it possible to publisher going to handle the authentication request?
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Why? Because I am going to give the condition. Why use this publisher going to handle the authentication request? Because of the small setup, is it allowed to handle the authentication request? Publisher handle the authentication because of the small setup. Okay, but in the big number of 12 servers or 60 or 50,000 of employees and 1 lakh of employees, don't use the publisher handle the authentication request. Don't use. Okay, don't use. It's not the best practice. Only authentication request, any type of web authentication or .NET authentication or any TAKAS authentication handled by only the subscribe handle the all type of authentic requests. Publisher handled by only configuration, modification and change. That change they are replicated to the all subscriber. Okay. Fine. So there are 2 types of flavor. The hardware flavor, they C1000. Just I am going to explain about the platform. The Aruba flavor, there are 3 types of versions. Platform C1000, C2000, C3000. These are the hardware platform or VM platform. Depend. So hardware platform from the any type of Dell server or HP server. They also support VM appliance or Hyper-V also supported. I am going to configure my Aruba ClearPass in VM, not Hyper-V. I am going to configure in my ClearPass Hyper-V. So most of the work use if the Hyper-V. Why are you using my Hyper-V? Because of the is the license free. Because this feature is already available in my laptop and desktops. This feature should be available. So don't use any purchase the license from the VM. Okay. So that's why I am using the Hyper-V features. Okay. It's free, it's totally free. Don't buy any type of license for Hyper-V using the deployment. It's very easy and very useful to configuration. If you are using the VMware, so they use the types of license and buy the some license for time duration 1 year, 2 years. But it's a lifetime free Hyper-V. So use the Hyper-V. I suggest to all. Okay. C1000 is small target as the small to medium environment. Supported to users 5,000 authentication devices. C1000. Okay, C1000 use authentication request handled by the 5,000. Performance suitable for the branch. Small SMB type of networks. Okay, small bank or small offices we are using to the C1000 type of setup. C1000 is the small organization. Okay. C2000 is a medium and large environment. They are going to supported authentication request. User authentication is 25,000. 25,000 user going to authenticate by the. This is for 5,000. This is for 5,000. This is for 25,000 C. 25K. Okay. And the second one is is the last one. Last 50K, more than 50K, not 50K, 50,000 plus, 25,000 plus and 5,000 plus. All these three are going to used by the number of users. The maximum if you are the 25,000 above users and So use for C3000 C3000V. There's a configuration is very large. As per the configuration, C3000 3000 is 24 core CPU, 64 GB RAM, 2 TB hard disk is mandatory. It's mandatory, okay. But before that, now the version going on Swigza 12.5. This is the latest version, is the Linux based version. Before the 6.10.0, that version going to support to CentOS. This is customized OS and this is CentOS, okay. And one more good thing for this version, this is going to upgrade the storage also. But before that, not going to upgrade the modification storage. If you upgrade the storage, increase the storage, so need to rebuild the server. But nowadays, as per the RAID partition, no need to rebuild the server. Directly you can rebuild the add the one more hard disk and increase the storage capacity with the help of RAID. Okay. C1000 support a memory 8 GB RAM, 1 TB hard disk. Okay, this is a no hard disk partition because one hard disk. C1000 hardware 8 core should be mandatory. C1000 8 core is mandatory, 8 GB RAM is mandatory, 1 TB is hard mandatory, not less than that. Okay, C1000. C2000 going to 16 GB RAM is supported. At least yes, tell me. Yes, speaking something. Hello. Okay, so 60 GB RAM and the hard disk also 2 TB to 1 TB, but at least 2 TB should be used because of inside storage capacities day by day log capacities increase, so it should be required of 2 TB. Same 64 GB RAM for C3000V, 24 core processor and 2 TB hard disk. For there are 3 platform. Okay. So all this fine today I teach, that is clear. So again go to move forward. Any doubt? Publisher, subscriber, capacity, VIP, C1000. Please ask to somebody. If he doubts, please I going to forward. Okay. If no doubts, now. Please speak me. I think you both way to communicate should be required. Okay. So just my previous batch has completed 2 MAC authentication port banding. I just about the port band. What is mean by port banding? What is mean by just I'm just complete this one also. This is here batch. But normally I am going to teach about all the features. Next lectures onwards I am going to teach about what is the tab, what is the features about all these tabs, what is the parameter, how to use it, and what is of that I am going to next lecture. But I am going to today is perform the lab setup because I am just complete one more batch. So same setup I am going to, if you not issue from the lab, going to perform the one some critical lab to perform right now. So no issue from all these member, correct? Hello, my voice is audible or not?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, na. So I'm just 1 second. Why 1 second? Clear. Notice. Okay. So what is mean by port binding and what is mean by MAC smoothing? What is mean by MAC fingerprint? I just explain. This is leave it. 101. So this is my clear pass. This is a Cisco switch. And the number of users as should be connected to my switch. The number of this is ports the user are connected. Okay. This is a Cisco switch. User are connected. Gigabit, sorry, fast Ethernet 0/21, fast Ethernet 0/22. Okay, 2 users are connected. IP address is 192.168. I just check the IP 10.10. No, sorry, 0.200. It's maybe, and the second IP is 192.168.0201. Okay, this is my ClearPass server. Aruba ClearPass server 192.168.0.120. This is my server IP. Okay, this is a switch going to communicate this one. Okay, first step I explain about the one. What is the port? I'm just changing. I'm talking about only port interchange MAC auth fingerprint policy. This is not basic, this is very complicated, but I complete this lecture in the previous batch, so just I now complete one. For this is please don't be confused about the technology. This is very easy, but I'm just last part going to first because it's very easy. Okay, what is meant by port interchange? MACauth fingerprint. Nowadays, because the red team is there, red team is this part of the audit team. Audit team going to verify the authentication request by the AG. Any user going to sitting over the port number 21 and port number 22. Nobody can spoof the MAC address of the port number 21, and the port number 21 going to spoof the MAC address and connect the port. They're going to authenticate, but still, as per the security, as per the by law, as not going to authenticate that port number 21. Should be sitting on the port number 21. User number is Sandeep. That should be Sandeep only sitting. Don't say is Sandeep. Sit Sandeep only. Nobody can sitting other person. Okay. How to achieve on that? On the with the help of Aruba ClearPass. Before that, I'm talking about the Aruba ClearPass. We are going to use of the MAC binding in the feature about the Cisco feature MAC binding. I am going to bind the port, and then user going to sitting to that port going to deny. Correct? With the help of we are going to use of the Cisco part MAC binding feature there. But the Aruba ClearPass is in that level up is high. So I am going to achieve the features to this one because Sandeep sitting at port number 21. That Sandeep sitting, but somebody can MAC address, smooth the MAC address, same MAC address which is used by Sandeep, and connect the port number 22. Okay, is it work or not work? Please give me the answer. If the Sandeep sitting to port number 21, that MAC address XYZ, so somebody snoop the MAC address and connect the port number 22, should be work or not work?
Yeah, it will work.
Yes, correct. How many says the work? Please, it's work, correct. As per the technology, as per the architecture, it should be work, correct. But as per the NAC security, as per the NAC policy, should not work. What is use of the NAC? And as the all the traffic should be blocked. All the traffic, even the snoop the MAC address, even the sitting node to change. If the Sandeep sitting today on 21, Sandeep some after mind has been changed to sitting on the port number 50 or port number 10. Okay, today Sandeep sitting in the port number 21 Cisco switch, and Sandeep after some days we're going to change the place and the sitting on the port number 10. It's work or not work? It's normal day. Don't do the technology. It's normal layman. It's work or not work? It's work, correct? It should be work. It's correct, na? Give me answer, bro.
Yes,
It will work, definitely work. So that is my policy. I'm going to configure. That is why I'm achieve this lab to anybody sitting on 21. Nobody can sitting instead of Sandeep. Only Sandeep sitting on 21 port number. If the Sandeep is absent, nobody connect. That port is connect. Nobody connect on that 21 port. It should reserve for the Sandeep only. If the somebody can snoop the MAC address Sandeep and then connect the port, some other ports, it should be also not work. That is a policy. That is the policy. That is the port interchange and MACauth fingerprint. We can achieve from or the Aruba ClearPass. I will show you. Can I able to see my switch screen? So authentication is happen. So IP device tracking all. Sandeep is sitting port number 21, IP address 0.101. This is MAC address. Okay. But any port binding, any port interchange policy you going to configure. Do not configure the any policy from the switch. Only simple .1s configuration should be required. Should be only fast Ethernet. So interface fast Ethernet 0/21. Only the .NX policy should be required. If no required other configuration, no required other ACL, not required. Only the plane on which is the configuration on the .NX, that's only .NX configuration. That should be the part of the NAC. That's it. No other requirement from the switch end, no any configuration, no policy. All policy should be configured from my clear pass. Okay. Mandatory is only that that port is under the NAC, that port under the .NX, that port under the MACauth. It's okay. This is a condition. No other configuration should be required from the switch end. It's clear? Okay. So now the user going to authenticate with the. I think my loose cable. 1 second. Cable loose. 1 second. Yes. Tell me. 1 second. My cable is. Yes. Tell me. Okay. How to analyze that port is under NAC, correct? So there are two ways to achieve that one. One way to go to configure from the switch and check the interface configuration. Other way, that take the MAC address ask the user MAC address, and that MAC address filter to the access stacker and filter the MAC address. If the request is coming to the NAC console, that means that port under the NAC. Okay. So authentication is if the authentication is a part of the NAC. See the part dot method is the method is .NX. Okay, method is map. If the method .NX, if the method of map, its parts is a part of the radius. Map means MAC authentication. .NX is a lookup from AD. So that also part of the NAC configuration be there. Only the single command show authentication. The number of user number of going to check the ball port authentication. If you are checking the IP address. Oh. मोबाइल किधर है? Sorry, my mobile किधर है? Hello, sorry to join again because my mobile is still. Hello, sorry, my this time is expired, so that way. Okay, no issue, sir. We have joined once again. Join again. Yes, I can. Sujad Ansari, Muhammad Zaid is not coming. I think so. No, that 1 hour, only 1 hour implementation. This is a free tools. Now this is a Teams is going. I'm going to use the free. So 1 hour is totally free. Not required in license. Okay. So that's why I'm using the Teams. It's secure because of its very security purpose. Is used the free. And the no license required. Mohammad is also मेरा मोबाइल के सोपी मेरा मोबाइल उधर लगी क्या मोबाइल किधर है? हाँ मिला मिला. So wait for the other is join or not. Wait minutes. Yes, because my team limitation 1 hour only. So this is a free teams, not any license required. So I using that one only. So only 1 hour after. Yes, same link. And even the next lecture, all the training during the training lecture should be only the same link. Not new link will be shared. Only this link going to continue for all this lecture. Yeah. So again, see, two purpose session is not coming. So minute we should clear 1 second. Oh, okay. I think waiting 2-3%. Okay, so I'm just clear my screen. So can I able to see my screen, correct? Okay. So can I able to see my screen? Okay, this is where two users are connected. I'm just going to my lab. 1 sec. I'm just going to my lab. Oh, I'm just checking me. So this is a user. It's going to hitting or not. 1 second. I was going to timeout. 1 second. Bounce station. 1 sec. Bounce the host port. Not valid. Maybe some switch. Port are down. 1 second. So session. Okay, loose connection. Maybe 1 second. Port is now it's okay. Okay, now it's okay. So see this camera able to see this Sahil going to authenticate it. Okay, and the port number is 21 is connected. Username is Sahil. Okay, it's computer port Windows. Okay, the protocol is method is if pip. Okay, as a radius as a .onx. Okay, .onx based authentication. So MACauth fingerprint should be applied over here. You can able to see this MACauth fingerprint. This is a port binding policy should be applied. Okay, correct. So this port number, which port is connected? User Sahil. Port is connected port number 21. I am just changing the port. I am just changing the port from where? I am changing the port from the switch only. Okay. You can able to see the difference. You can able to see the difference. So port number 21. I am just connecting the port number 20 to physically I am changing the port. Okay. I am changing the port. Physically I am replace the port. So should request coming. So port number 22. Yes, port number 22 is came up. Correct. Change the status. You can able to see the port number 22. Learning the port. So I'm just changing the port. I'm go to the access tracker and what will happen? You can see the request. You can able to see the reject profile. Okay, what is the apply policy? Port change policy. If I change the port, that port should be deny access profile. I told you the MAC also change or port also change. that user should not accept it as per the policies. Okay, reject profile, radius is reject profile applied. Let's see what is the port number. Before the port number 21, now the port is 22. Okay, you see the difference. So only change the port, that port is not able to access because of the violence of the securities. Okay, user also same, but we change the port. Everything is same, but he's change the port. His place this change. His sitting is a change. IP also same. Doesn't matter, but is not allowed the port to change. Is not allowed to change the place. Okay. See, is reject profile is not going to access. Again, I just revert back. I'm just changing the place to go to my same place which I was sitting before. I'm just connect one port number 21. Once again, what will happen? I'm just change port number 21. Is correct? Port number 20 I'm sitting. So we'll see on the my access tracker. C is allow. You can able to see this allow. I am revert back to my place, and in the everything is working fine as I expected. But I change the place is not allowed. If you change the MAC address, should also not allowed. If you, I am binding the all this user database in my clear path policy.
How it will cover the
Hmm.
information? Whether it is automatic or manual?
Yes, it's automatic. It's automatic. It's a very automatic process. This process is automatic.
When I first connect my laptop to the one of the port like 21, so it detects my MAC address and then it registers in the database.
Correct. So when going to yes,
Unless the second time when I connect to MAC, it won't allow me
yes,
the database.
yes.
So it's the first time registry, right?
First time when going to apply this policy, that time should be learn the port from all the endpoint, should be learn the port. After that apply the deny access profile. It should be 10 to 15 days. That policy should be in open. This should be learn the all the connected interface, bind the port. After that everything is fine. Do block the policy deny access profile. When somebody can change the place, that should be blocked. Okay, so just I'll give this just 1 second. Just I'll show you the policy you're not going to understand right now because it's the first session. This is very last session I'm going to show you. But this I'll have a look about the policy. This is the policy. You can able to is the policy. This is, don't confuse about the policy. Right now we are not going to explain about the policy because very complicated. So this is my policy which I applied. This is policy for the second number policy is enforcement to the deny access profile applied. Second policy. This is going to block. Okay, is MACauth fingerprint by learning the ports. This all the MACauth fingerprint meant they learn the port and bind the port. Okay, after the bind the port, we can deny access profile and block the port. Don't confuse about the policy. This is very complicated policy. I'm just first lecture. I just complete the one before one lab batch. In batch is same session, so I'll just continue this session only. Don't confuse about it policies. I'm just because in the first second day lecture today, so very complicated policy should be here. Okay, don't confuse. It should be look about the policy how to configure.
Please open the second policy, sir.
Yes, this one. Okay,
Please open the second policy.
this one second endpoint.
Yeah, check it, try it.
You need to check the profile or need to check the policy enforcement.
Enforcement.
Okay, rules. Second policy. Edit. This is my policies.
Right, yes. In deny, right?
Yes, deny. Yes, deny. If they change the port which I database I selected the port number 20 which already is bind the port on Sandeep, so 21 was sitting over there, that if they change the port, do not allow in my networks. Do not deny access profile is applied if they apply the port interchange policy.
On the clear path, can we check the database who connected on what port and what
Yes, everything.
connected the tables?
Yes,
Check on the CLI or through
in a everything is GUI. Everything connected GUI. you can go for the, yes, go to here. I'll show the access stacker. Open the any request. This is a web, this request. Open this request. Select the, this is a MAC address. Endpoint host identify this is a MAC address, or here also MAC address. This is a MAC address. This is MAC address of the machines. Okay. Select the port. We can check the employee.nx. We can port the MAC address. This is port number 21. But by default, the on the database, the ClearPass is going to change the port setting. Just 1000, 2000, 3000, or 4000, 5000. They automatically detected. But last two octet are same, which I in the switch end 21 my number ports. Okay, they automatically this will learn. This port number 5021 is automatic learn. Do not going to change. Do not to configure manually. Yes, yes. Yeah, do not configure. No, not required. Only for the every configuration for the switch end only. Only sorry, ClearPass end. Not the any configuration from the switch. Switch only the mandatory switch end only the that port is under an NAC. That is very condition. This is requirement. That port under the yes .1x or map. .1x or map. Either .1x, either map. That means that port connected should be any employee desktop, laptop, or even port should be connected on the printer, IP phone. That also not allowed. That also is covered in the that port intervention policy. Okay. So don't confuse about the policy. I will explain about the policy, how to configure the policy. That is not today part. That is later we can discuss about the how to configure the policy, how to profile we can configure. That's very little. Should be 2 to 3 weeks. We can explain everything. We can explain in this how to do this configure the policy. We can also you also do it on the itself. It's not a big deal. Okay, but I'm just my motto is we can achieve the board MACauth fingerprint with the help of Aruba ClearPass. Okay, so any doubts, any queries? Yeah, this is a NAS IP address. This is my switch IP address. Okay, this is a access. This is my device. This is switch IP address. Switch name, switch host name. Okay, this user are connecting because my .NX user is style connected. Should be known, condition should be known. That means that MAC address of the system should be whitelisted on my ClearPass. That's condition. This condition should be matched. If the condition is known, unknown, should be not allowed. That also is not allowed. If the user MAC address is not going to whitelisted for my ClearPass, so that user not able to access the any type of application, not going to authenticate also. MAC address. I'm talking about MAC address. There are two type of yes. Yes, this is manually. Yes, there are two types of MAC whitelisting process. One is the endpoint repository. One is the guest user repository. You can use up the guest user repository. Number of 1000 number of MAC address should be whitelisted at a one time. That is condition that all the network machines, connected machine, should be whitelisted. So why? Because of the nobody can unknown machine, nobody can somebody can bring the laptop and connect my network, should be work. That is not happening now. Correct? How to secure my laptop? How to secure my network? It should be secure a network each and every points. Then that is the use of the NAC. If the is the plain network is the plain, so somebody can bring the laptop and connect the user connect the any ports, and that work should work. So what is use of what is the security? It's not a security. It's a plain network. The NAC is more secure, is more level of securities we can provide the NACs. Okay. So, this session, okay. So next lecture onwards we can explain about this all the tabs, all features. Okay, and after the feature we have to explain. I will do the labs. Okay. So yes. Yes, go to administrator. Yeah, there are two options over there. They go to administrators, local share folder. There are to take the any taking backup is take up for manual backup and automatic backup. Okay, automatic backup is will happen only 8 days should be stored in database. Okay, manual backup means you go to server configuration, click over here, sorry, click on the backup. Okay, enter the any type of passwords. If you want to configuration backup, so should be select the configuration. Select the inside also, it should be click also, but it should be configuration backup should be required mandatory. If you require the inside also, select the inside checkbox also. Okay, password is not required. Inside database should be required. So inside database, we're going to select the inside, so it will take too much time because inside database to be GB storage. So only configuration backup, only select the configuration backup, enter the any type of passwords, example 1, and start. This is backup is completed, then click on download. Could not read the password because the manager contained the failed. I had enter the password 1, so that's why maybe some error. But configuration backup is complete. Backup is complete. Okay, password issue. Backup is complete. Click on download. Going to directly save this file to download. No, not OA. GUI. OA not restore the file. GUI going to upload file. Not OA. OA we don't restore the file. It's not possible. OA need to configure the interface, enter the host name and IP. That's it. Do not restore any file from the OA. Okay. It should be restored from the GUI. But the condition is going to restore the file. That condition is this sir is not a part of the clusters. It is the condition. When going to restore the configuration is the individual. If you have the number of 10 number of servers in all in clusters, it should be removed from the publisher from the cluster and then restore the file. It's possible. If you cluster restore the file, the crash your cluster, all cluster has been crashed. Is not easy to restore the file by the simple Wi-Fi or controller. It's easy to take care of these things. No, but this I have the one publisher remove from the cluster, then restore the configuration. Is not that is possible. Yes. Yes. Yeah, this is the process. Yes. Individual server restore the configuration, not a big deal. But in the part of the cluster, do not restore the configuration in the cluster mode. It should be the remove from the cluster the publisher and then restore the configuration. The drop down the cluster, select the clusters, and one option is a drop the cluster, drop the subscriber. That means not remove from the cluster. Shutdown. This server shutdown. Yes, this server shutdown. This server reboot. Yes. This is for Not VM reboot. This is for virtual reboot. VM reboots. This that means what is that? This is from publisher reboots, not hardware.
Publisher.
Yes, not hardware.
Publisher reboot.
Yes,
Can
yes.
be done from here. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Is it possible? This is here. Here you can reboot and shutdown also is there. Correct.
It won't be under the configuration, right? It should be under the operations or other
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
price, right? So that's what I got doubt.
Okay.
So
But here we can use this separate as a server configuration and all the setting related to servers. This is only for these tabs under the servers.
is there any other place I can reboot or shut down?
CLI also possible. CL we can reboot. You can go for the this Hyper-V. We can there's reboot also possible. You can Hyper-V can go and reboot also is restart, shutdown. This is also possible. Don't reset. Reset mean configuration every file gone. Okay. Don't reset or reboot. Shutdown option is there. Okay. Here only. This is my Hyper-V. I have the 3 servers. This is Hyper-V. You can configure. This is a free. No need the data license. Or you can use the free lifetime.
Okay.
Okay, that much today enough for today. But again, 2 guys already left because I think their meeting is over. No worry. So this all this topic to cover the all points should be clear. Maybe I think is doubt or anything. Please ask me so I'll cover that points. The all today it covers publisher, subscriber, and everything. This point should be clear, na all.
Yeah. And sir, you said you share the recording file.
Yeah. After the lecture, I will share the recording file. After the lecture, I will share the recording file with that same groups. So please watch that group. That recorded file to the in the YouTube only. So that not for all people, only for you only. You are team members only. Nobody can watch this file to all public. This for private file. Okay. Yeah, this is private only. Nobody can see. Yes. This is private only. All the lectures should be private. Publicly only limited data will be available on YouTube, but this all data do not share this data to on YouTube. Okay, this copyright we should assign, and do not share this technology to other system engineers. We should be paid, and you are going to use of this, and nobody you free we get some use of that. Okay, yeah. So just time stop the recording right.